Sai. Wait.
Bry.
Sago.
There we go. Yeah, we gotta nail that down. It sounds weird calling you Bry.
Yeah.
Or is it Bryv?
Oh. Is it Sago?
We don't know. You guys let us know down below.
You know, I've met people before. They're like, Brago.
Brago.
Yo. But nah. What's up, people? We are here to talk about the amazing episode that was One Piece 1144. Like, you know, we'd heard things, we saw previews a little bit about how amazing the episode was going to be. I would say it exceeded everybody's expectations.
Oh, yeah. The Zoro episode, man, it always lined up just to be really good, right?
It is Zoro piece.
Zoro piece, Rob Lucci piece even, right? They love that guy.
Yeah, your guy got a lot of hype, you know.
What can I say, guys? The animators love Rob Lucci. Like, people hate him, but hey, the animators love him.
Do people hate Rob Lucci?
Oh, yeah. I think it's just a bunch of clowns out there, man.
I don't know if people hate Rob Lucci. I think Rob Lucci is generally a pretty liked past villain, you know? I think he's the most liked.
Because, like, he's a past villain, people are, like, kind of salty about it.
When you rank Rob Lucci as far as past villains, is he the most liked out of NL, Crocodile, Doflamingo, Rob Lucci?
I think he's the most liked.
Yeah,
he's my number one.
Well, is he liked? I don't know if he's more liked. L? Maybe.
I think he's more liked than an L. I mean, because you gotta imagine, people don't like Skypiea, right?
Oh my God, people have kind of come around on Skypiea.
They're coming around, but there are people who stay true with, like, you know, the Skypiea hate, which...
That's a good poll.
It's a good poll. I like Skypiea.
I
don't like the beginning of Skypiea. I think, like, Conus and Angel Island is kind of mid, but the minute we hit the yard, it's nice.
I would say I don't like Skypiea as much as everybody else, but I like Skypiea. It's been a 180 on Skypiea, where I used to like Skypiea more than everybody else. Now, because of the 180, everybody else likes Skypiea way more than I do. Where, like, Skypiea is a pretty good arc, but because of hindsight, people are like, Skypiea is a masterpiece. How can you like,
look at this?
like, let's relax a little bit. It's a good arc. I enjoy it, but I'm not going to say a masterpiece because, like I said, I think half the arc is mid.
I just don't like the tribes up there, too.
The tribes?
Yeah, we talked about it before, right? I'm not a big fan of, like, the Skypians or the Shandorians.
Oh, yeah. You just hate everything that's non-human, generally. I get it.
No, just like the Skypian wings are so short, and then why are the Shandorians still in their underwear, man? Like, I don't know. That's
their native, like, you know, dress, you know? It's just how they walk around.
We Chinese have native dresses. You don't see me walking around with the little red hat.
Oh, I mean, you know, do your thing.
Know what I mean, brother? You're up in the sky, man.
I hate you for it.
Get some new clothing, man. Come on. Calgara makes sense.
Red hat? Why would you do that?
Makes sense, but, like, Wiper, brother, put on a shirt, man.
Wiper looks cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yo, why does Sai hate everything?
I like Wiper post-time skip. I'll say that.
Okay. I think people are gonna get on you for your Wiper take because Wiper is one of those other characters that people generally like a lot.
I don't know why.
He's cool. He's a man's man.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
He's one of those characters that people say, like, if we went back, he's somebody that probably should have Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah, like, I feel like he's the type of guy that have Conqueror's Haki without knowing it, though. Like, he wouldn't be, like, a master of Conqueror's Haki.
He never knows. Yeah. He's, like, knocking things out just by staring at him. He's like...
I'll say this. Wiper's the one Shandorian I like. So what are you for again? 1144.
He's the one I like. That's a good one right there.
Him and Calgara. Yeah, the rest I just don't know about them, man.
The rest, Jesus. Let's start with the summoning, Sai.
The
How was
summoning.
the summoning in the episode for you? Because that was a spectacle.
Oh, I loved it. Seeing the Gorosei come out, their monster forms, amazing. The whole episode from start to finish, well animated. Love the sequences. I will admit, Luffy making these goofy ass faces and flying through a building, rubberized, like, it kind of took me out a little bit. I was like, wait a minute. Like, the Gorosei being summoned, and Luffy's like, whoa, like, hitting a building. It's like, okay, wait a minute.
It's an interesting mix of, like,
kinda took away a
we
little
have
bit.
Gear 5, right? We have this epic thing happening, like, otherworldly thing. And I think the anime is like, or maybe the director's storyboard, whatever. They're like, let's utilize that, right? Let's make him a part of the transformation, because there's even a moment where Luffy, it's almost like if he gets like absorbed into it, like he does this thing, like if he's a part of it, like he does
I think it's like,
I'm like
symbolic, because like, Luffy starts shining in that transition,
right, and then it blocks
so it's
it
like,
out.
Yeah, they're like the darkness and he's the light. Like, I loved it, but
I thought
I
it was
think
dope.
there was like a stark contrast, like demons from hell, goopy ass kid.
And Luffy's just like, oh my God, this is crazy. He's running around, he's losing his balance, he's running into things. And it's like, okay, they're making him feel like he's a part of it, because hey, why not? It's Gear 5. It does feel a lot more, I guess, dark, right? But like you said, Luffy presents an interesting contrast to kind of balance it out a little bit, where it's like, yo, okay, we're going a little crazy with even how dark it is, even some of the symbolism. But hey, it's still One Piece.
It's like,
right?
You show up to a satanic ritual, but you forget you're in a sitcom, so the laugh track plays in the background every couple of seconds. That's what this felt like.
No, that makes sense. I like that comparison. That's exactly
You just see somebody being sacrificed, and then somebody drops a one-liner, and you hear the ha 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 ha. And that's pretty much it.
Like, we want to do this, and we want to be dark, but it's still for kids. How can we?
It's still George Lopez,
balance
guys.
This out? I do love their their presentations, even though somebody they posted different angles of Saint Jupiter. Now I can't get it out of my head.
It looks like he looks like cock.
They call him a dickhead.
Like, it's funny, in the manga we never really, worm
There's the colors,
but the colors, and then I feel like they made his head more bulbous, right? They really rounded his ass out.
Very
I don't know why they did that.
And it's like, okay, so the colors look a little weird, so people call him that. But I love I just love the presentation. Like, they went all out to like let us know, like, these people are pretty important, guys. Even if this is your first time watching One Piece, it's like, yo, this is a big freaking deal, And I like I said, Luffy being a part of it enhances that moment. It just shows you just how, I guess, gigantic and monumentous of a moment it is. Because I think, watching the anime, I think the anime onlys kind of get a bit of a feeling of what we felt a little bit when we first saw it. Of course, it wasn't as grand as this, but we were just as hype, if not more so.
Oh yeah,
when Gorosei got summoned.
It's so funny. I'm looking at the Gorosei summoning, and Luffy just bounces up in the air and just starts screaming like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
and like they made him so.
He's
like
going through things.
Yeah, he's just going through things. Nothing's even happening to him. He's just like bouncing around.
The part that I initially thought was CGI, and then all the anime experts they're like, Brock, that's not CGI.
Hey, CGI, it's not a diss in 2025, guys. Come on.
Was because of how it looked. I think around like the 7-minute mark, when they're just bouncing there, right? And Luffy's just bouncing up and down, and they're just like moving like almost like NPCs. I was like, what?
Wait, I'm trying to find what you're talking about.
It was like 6:55, 6:54, around there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see why you think it's CGI. They change up the shading on them a little bit.
Yeah, and then the movement is just it's unnatural.
It's like everything's
Right?
moving at once, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all going different
Yeah.
directions, yeah. Because typically you don't see that in anime. That takes a lot of
Right.
that takes a lot of time
Right.
and effort. But so
Right,
much so
right,
that like
right.
it feels alien in a way. I
It
see what you mean.
feels otherworldly almost, which I got
Yeah.
understand. Like, so I was like, what the hell? So I thought that moment was really interesting and cool that they did it, but I definitely thought it was CGI at first. But shout out to Vincent.
Ooh. I gotta say, how did you feel about the brand new added in attacks and fight sequences for Luffy versus Gorosei? Because I thought it was kind of fun. Like Saturn eye pounded him into the ground, and then I think Saturn
kept
picked him
doing
up and
it.
slammed him into Warkari's head. Like those are brand new.
Love the eye pounding because we wondered, like, 'cause Saturn for a while, he did that in the manga where people could move and he attacked even some of the Marines with that attack. And so it would make sense why he would do it to Luffy and just like over and over and over. And then, of course, he got to show off for his boys, right? If
Yeah,
there's
like,
some of
hey
my
guys, I was
boys-
putting in work.
Hey, I was. See, look at it. He won't die. He won't die. He won't die.
These are getting back up. I don't know what to do, guys.
I
Come
don't know
on.
what to do with it. And Nurse Jorah's
funny.
like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm going.
It's
And Nurse
crazy.
Jorah just, he looks beautiful, man. Oh my God. Nurse Jorah?
Oh, is he your
Venus Jorah?
favorite? Yeah, like who's your favorite out of the Gorosei? Like now that we have like the full colorings in the anime, because I'm gonna
It
be
gotta
honest,
Nurse
brother.
Jorah.
You
gotta
still
be
you're still with
Nurse
Nurse Juro?
Oh my God. He's okay. Mars, I like a lot.
Mars is my,
think Mars is
top
dope.
dog, man.
But how Nurse Jorah, he jumps over Luffy. He's like, I don't give a damn about this kid. And he just, boom, and he's gone, bro. I think this was like a exemplary display of speed that I typically like in anime. He just jumped over Luffy. He landed. It was like, he was out of there. I thought that was dope.
I also
And
loved
just
him
looks
cutting
so
past Pacifista
elegant.
too.
Oh my God, bro. Like,
Could've
I
been
love
Brook.
how they depicted speed here.
That's Endgame Brook
Yes,
right
I
there.
mean, very similar fighting styles, seemingly.
Yeah.
Right? Just cutting and everything freezing. I thought that was amazing. But does Juro, and then in the middle of running, he turns hybrid? Oh, God. And the colors are dope, too. We just like cutting down
Have
every
you-
pass. I'm like, come on.
Have you ever watched Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yes. I have.
He reminds me of Eustace Bag if he locked in. Or just like, like became a swordsman. Like whenever I see Nurse Juro, I
Took
just
the
think of
hat off.
Eustace. Yeah, takes the hat off. I mean, they have the
Goes in
same
his
head
closet.
shape, same glasses and everything.
Same frown a little bit. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. He's like, I'm tired of these monsters.
Stupid dog.
Okay. I'll do this time. No, he was going crazy. I was really impressed with Nurse Juro. Even though it's just Pacifista, right? Because I don't, generally as a fan base, I don't think we respect Pacifistas that much.
Not anymore.
I think we've
Back in Marineford, oh my
God.
god, they were scary.
Oh my gosh. I think Marineford, the Pacifistas were insane. Obviously, Sabaody, we were like, Jesus Christ, it took everybody to take one down. But now we kind of look at Pacifistas as like, just cannon fodder. So
Yeah.
for the most part,
If you want to give
he's
somebody a
not
feat,
doing
just
much.
let him kill a pacifista.
Yeah, he's not doing much, but it's enough to put him down and not kill him. So it's actually perfect.
Yeah.
You would think because of the threat level of Luffy, he would at least try to do something to Luffy before he put down a pacifista. But he, seemingly they all had different objectives. So shout out to Venus Jura. I thought he went crazy here. So you say your favorite is Mars. Mars looked like Ho-Oh.
That's what people are saying. He looks like a damn Pokemon. I love it.
Yeah.
The colors really work with him.
Yeah. I think for him, other than Nurse Juro, I saw a lot of people talking about him for sure. And people did make references to him flying over Sanji and say that's I forgot what they said it was from. It's from something when he's flying over Sanji and Sanji's like looking and you see the shadow cast. I'm not sure if you remember that scene.
Are people saying it's like the Germa bird?
They're saying it's like from some movie. It's like a reference from a movie.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. At like 9:46
9:46.
when
You have
cast
these
the shadow.
timestamps just ready, dude. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're like that's from a movie. I forgot exactly what movie they said it was from, but I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Where it gives it gives a very ominous like end of world Y2K. Like, yo, it's all over, man. Like I like just giving that perspective where we're just like, yo, this is actually insane. As crazy as One Piece is, this is breaking all of that. As crazy as things that we typically see. So I did like that moment as well. I guess we can get to the stars of the show.
Do you
Like I said,
wait?
I did enjoy that Saturn versus Luffy moment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you like the little Usopp moment where they had to like fill in the blanks? Because the
Loved
manga
it.
we just cut over, it's like, hey, look, Usopp stopped it, but here,
Loved it.
they showed you how he did it, and they like sketchbooked it. That was great.
Listen, I'm trying to remember what anime that does this a lot, where it goes into different, like, clearly different animation to kind of illustrate things. I don't mind that, especially for small moments like this. Sure.
As
Why
long as it
not?
looks decent.
You know, and I think somebody was saying, like, they use up all the animation of Zoro versus Rob Lucci, so that's all they had for Usopp. I'm like, that's fine.
That's totally
That is
cool.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
that
not
wasn't in the
you know,
manga.
it's not an epic moment that we need, like, you know, Sakuga
Yeah,
for. Like,
they were expecting like impact frames and Usopp hit
no,
the
it's just
1,000
stopping the
sunny.
sunny. Like, so I thought it was cool that they included that. Like I said, the Saturn versus Luffy moment, the little back and forth, thought it was neat. Just showing like
Saturn's got that dog in him.
Saturn.
He's up there with Kaido.
I guess. I think for him, he's pressing. Like, he's pressing. He's like, we got it.
Dude.
I got him pulled everybody here. We got to get it done, man. We got to get it done, guys.
It just reminds me of like early Egghead when he first showed up and people were like, yo, I mean, even I was on the boat. I was like, yo, I think he might be like stronger than Kaido. Like, damn near. Look at this guy. Which you gotta admit, I mean, he's not looking awful. You know, Saturn, I think he's performing as best as he can. I mean, dude, keep age in mind. This guy's like, what, like pushing 900 or something potentially? My God, if I'm 900 years old, I hope I could do half the things Saturn does.
For a 900-year-old, yes, this is amazing. However, I think he's on some juices, you know?
Yeah, he's on like
hopped
TRT.
Up on some, yes. He is not a natty. He is 1,000% not natty. But I think, no, that was a sentiment, right? That if,
it was a
Saturn,
sentiment.
he, all the Gorosei, I guess, was stronger than Kaido. It's like, oh man, 5 Kaidos pulled up. I was like, no.
Dude, I held the poll. You know, back when we first saw Saturn, I held the poll. Who was stronger, Saturn or Kaido? Before any feats were on the board, right? Just based on appearance and, you know, status. People still thought Kaido was stronger, but hear me out. Out of 10,000 votes, Saturn had 47% of them. Kaido barely won. But now, if I were to hold the poll again, I feel like, I feel like Kaido would win by a landslide.
I think it's recency bias. For the poll being that close.
Yeah.
But I think also, I can't blame people for thinking that way initially because people think of, okay, we're in the next arc.
Yeah,
the next main
stronger
villain
villain.
will obviously be stronger. But I think it's like for One Piece, it's more nuanced than that. Like I think even if Saturn is more difficult to defeat than Kaido, which it's one where, yeah, Kaido is a way better fighter. It's just that figuring out how to defeat Saturn is more difficult, you know. But putting Kaido down wasn't an easy task either, you know. So I'm not mad at people feeling that way. I just didn't see it.
Yeah. Because I feel like typically like all of our villains get stronger and stronger. So Saturn is like the one that kind of broke the mold where it's like, yeah, it's not the best. But you could argue that Emu's like the real threat at the end of the day.
Yeah. Generally they get stronger, right? They get more difficult.
Yeah.
And I think in One Piece, you got to say they get more difficult to defeat, you know, because we had Big Mom and Whole Cake Island, and we had Kaido and Wano, where it's like you put Kaido over Big Mom, but it's not like a massive gap, you know. But it's just more difficult in regards to Kaido because Big Mom's an idiot sometimes. Yeah. Stars of the show: Zoro versus Rob Lucci. Zoro piece, One Piece Z. whatever you want to classify it as, that sequence, I mean, it makes them look like the two strongest characters in the verse. I mean, they look like they were boxing harder than Garp versus Aokiji. What is going on?
Dude.
Why is this happening, Sai?
In the
Is
manga,
Zoro animating himself? Is Zoro top 5? Sai, should we put Zoro in One Piece or in the One Piece anime as a top 3 character in this series at this point? Because, Sai, this is absurd. Honestly crazy. People even pointed out, like Zoro and some of his movement, that's what we expected from Sanji in certain scenes, where we actually saw the zigzag in the manga, and they gave it to Zoro here. Sai, what is going on?
They love Zoro, and, you know.
Whoa. We love Zoro.
We love Zoro.
We love
yeah. Hey, he's my top 10, you know. So same with Rob Lucci. So I was eating this up, and I was hoping, I think a lot of people coming out of the manga were hoping this would happen, right? Because in the manga, we had, at most, maybe like 9 panels of Rob Lucci versus Zoro, and they're all small one-liners. They're not even fighting. They're maybe just doing this, and that's it. We were relying on the anime to do this right here. And the anime, brother, they gave, you know, people might hate this comparison, they really gave Rob Lucci like the king treatment. Where, you know, Rob Lucci is doing this in the manga, but here in the anime, he's got like 50,000, like, you know, punches Shugans coming out. Like, you know, we see like the leopard aura coming out. It's like, what the hell? He wasn't doing all that.
Somebody said he got that from Luffy.
That's crazy, bro.
I think
it's so good though.
I think it's fantastic. I think it definitely Rob Lucci got the K treatment. I call it the Katakuri treatment. Whereas
Katakuri didn't originate this.
You're going against like somebody.
It was King.
What?
It's the King treatment.
No, I'm talking about like how your importance gets upscaled because of who you're going against.
Oh, okay. Like how Katakuri was fighting against like Ichiji and Niji.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
So
still hasn't been animated.
I think for Rob Lucci, funny enough, I've been seeing more of Rob Lucci downplay. Even after this performance.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. They do not like him.
I think it's more Zoro love than Rob Lucci hate. And also how people look at fights in One Piece, in the One Piece world. Where for a lot of people, they're like, okay, Zoro wasn't even bandana tied. Right? No bandana. Like he basically just wasn't even using all 3 blades, and he put Rob Lucci down.
He did.
So people are looking at it because, okay, in the manga, let's be honest, this fight was mid. All right, just mid. And now in the anime, it's looking like a top 5 fight, like ever. Like if you tell somebody, like if you showed somebody the panels of what happened in the manga, they're like, no way. That's it.
That's
like,
it.
Yeah,
it's over. Which, you know, people are arguing like it's not even over because Rob Lucci's still standing after this, right? He doesn't go down.
Technically, he's still standing, because you know.
And then even Zoro's like, "Put me back in," which I guess that's like a spoiler, but
yeah. But here's the thing, Jim. He was done though.
Yeah, he was done.
He was done. I think, again, the One Piece anime is Zoro Piece. This is the Zoro cinematic universe. I think this feat in general gets downplayed because of where we are in the story, and it's like, yo, it's just Rob Lucci at this point. But like, one of Luffy's former fights coming back, and then Zoro putting him down. I mean, like it's like
and then not just
dream.
That, but like Rob Lucci, like he came back with the Force, right? Like I get it, right? He's not as strong as Luffy, not as strong as Zoro, but he's not exactly weak either. I feel like when people talk about Rob Lucci, they put him in that YC kind of area, right? You know, Rob Lucci's mentioned in the same breath as, you know, unironically, like Katakuri and King and who's the other next YC? Okay, Ben Beckman's like a different level. We don't talk about him, but
Marco.
Who?
Yeah, I think off his comeback, he's gotten a lot more respect.
Yeah,
right. Like I think people look at him because he's awakened, because of how he did, you know, decent against Gear 5. It's like, okay, he must be around those guys at this point. And of course, generally Zoro just beat King, so Zoro is around,
Above
if
that.
not above those guys. So having this fight made sense on paper. I never thought we'd see a full-on thing like this.
Thank you, Toei.
I think the difficult thing here is, this is enhancing the manga so much. Like, so much, because, again, this fight was so mediocre. It was nothing. It was almost annoying because we kept going back to it. It was just like, oh, clash, 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 clash. Nothing really of substance. And in the anime, they went absolutely stupid.
They added
Watching
packs.
it, though, they added so much. And I feel like this is what we always want when there's a matchup, where it's like, yo, Toei, what are you going to add? And this made me think of our conversation with Vincent, because based on what Vincent is saying, it seems like he was directing the episode.
Yeah, that's what it
if
sounds
I'm not
like.
mistaken, right? And so I think for Vincent, when we talked to him, and we did get some kind of get into some of that conversation about like him being a director and what he would do, things that he values. And he really like talked about like hand-to-hand combat. And just kind of
Martial arts.
you can tell he enjoys that, right? The different forms of martial arts and like different references. I'm sure if we talked to him, he would give us so many breakdowns as far as like all these different things, what they mean, why he had Zoro come through like that, almost that chasm that was on fire. Like I'm not surprised an episode that seemingly he was in charge of the direction for the most part. Because of how grounded he was in like the purity of martial arts and depicting like really good, entertaining back and forths. I don't remember if you mentioned Rob Lucci specifically. Did he when we talked to him?
Yeah,
When
he
we talked
mentioned
about
how
some matchups.
he talked about how he really enjoyed the antagonist of Egghead. He
Yeah.
most notably mentioned Rob Lucci and Kizaru, because we brought him in during the
Right.
Kizaru segment. He said
Yes.
Kizaru was like one of his favorite admirals, and he also loved the Rob Lucci stuff. Which
So
I think
it's-
primarily because Rob Lucci's like he said, like a hand-to-hand fighter, right?
It's so much you can do with him. So
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. I know people tried to make this about Sanji. It's not about Sanji, guys. I get it.
And it's not about Luffy
get it.
either, right? I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, like why they do this to Zoro and why they take away from Luffy." It's like, brother, Luffy looked good all throughout the episode.
I think they should shut up.
What's going on?
I think Luffy fans should shut up. I don't want to hear
Luffy
this from
looked
Luffy
great.
fans.
What are we talking about,
Please,
dude?
I don't want to hear this from Luffy fans. Luffy generally looks great, even in One Piece anime. Okay, this is not let Zoro have his moment.
Let Rob Lucci have his
think
moment.
Let Rob Lucci have his moment as well, because I think for the most part it's probably over for a while. But I think for Luffy fan, no. Sanji fans, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay, yeah. If you're a Sanji fan complaining, I don't disagree,
All right.
but Sanji doesn't really have like a moment.
He doesn't
here.
get these.
He doesn't get a
He doesn't
moment
get
here.
these.
Sadly.
His moments are typically like, more obscure, Prince Charming, things like that. He doesn't really get these like full on, back.
He doesn't
and
have
forths.
like a lot of back and forth clashes or conclusive fights. And when he does, I do think they go all out. Like, a long time ago, like the Jabra episode was amazing. The Queen episode. I just rewatched the Jabra stuff, man. For back then, they really went all out on the Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy fights. And they did that back in Wano too, right? Sanji versus Queen was amazing. You didn't like it? Come
Jabra.
on.
Sanji versus Jabra was great for the time, for sure. I would say Sanji versus Queen.
You gotta check for inflation.
Sanji versus Queen wasn't better than this. Zoro versus Lucci.
No, it wasn't better, but I'd say it's like on par.
It was good though.
Like, yeah.
It was good.
In terms
I
of like
think-
the art style
okay.
and quality, it's up there.
I think the animators did as well as they could for the material that they had, because Sanji versus Queen, the manga, to be honest,
Very quick.
very mediocre. All right, that's very mediocre in the manga as well. And I think the animators did a great job, kind of doing all they could with that fight. So very cool moment for Sanji, but I mean,
Sanji did have a good moment in this episode, though. What he called Zoro a deadweight loser. Hey,
You're trolling the Sanji.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, if it wasn't for Sanji, Zoro wouldn't have won.
Yes, he made Zoro lock in, for sure.
The fight would have been going
I
on for
think
like another, 3 episodes if Sanji didn't say anything.
that just adds insult to injury. I got an apology to make.
To who?
I want to apologize to Dorian Broggie.
No,
Wanna have
my
a public
God.
apology.
Why? I cannot believe what they did here. Another. I mean, hey, this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted.
Move me, Sai. I'm not gonna lie. They look spectacular here.
We wanted new beats, new things that weren't in the manga.
Sai.
No, Sunsaw aside, they slammed Valkyrie and Saturn.
Amazing.
What
here.
did not happen in the manga, brother? What
I
is
was
going
like,
on?
wait, what is happening? Like, first off, they run like old men, okay? Because they are old men.
And they're big.
And they had him blitz Saturn and Valkyrie, right? And it was like, okay, the girls say they're about to just like dominate him here, right? And bro, they did their thing. I was like, wait, what? And this is not even including Sunsaw, which was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great looking attack. I don't know why Jupiter, by the way, just stood there and took it.
He's like
he watched his friends get slapped, and then he just sat there. Like, what are you doing, brother?
Then he's like,
Yeah, he just mean mugs him. I'm watching it right now. The Sunsaw was so
dickhead.
beautiful. Like, when Luffy gets freed, you see the rainbow and shit. Like, it's great.
You know what it is? Maybe it's like, I don't want to do anything because I don't want Luffy to go out. So he's like,
oh, like it's taking everything he can to just hold Luffy
keep
in.
his mouth closed. Yeah, so he's like, and then it
You know
just
what's funny? Like,
sliced him.
eating Luffy, does that even do anything?
It literally does nothing every time it happens in One Piece.
Yeah, he got eaten by a snake in Skypiea and nothing happened. It's like, where's the digestive juices?
Kaido.
Where's the acid? Like, where's like the
gets eaten a lot.
chomping?
That's like a running gag at this point. He just
Yeah,
gets
being
eaten.
eaten in One Piece, it's like,
Nothing.
if you
Even
have like a
when-
vor fetish, it's like heaven for you.
Even when he ate him, or when he eats him, he ate him the first time, and Luffy like got out. I'm like, how long does it take you to close your mouth, brother?
I was like, damn, brother. Like, it's really not that
Jesus.
hard, right? Like, you're a suction
He's like,
worm.
he's like, "Ugh." I'm like, Luffy gets out again. But yeah, Luffy getting eaten is generally nothing. It's just almost like just a part of the plot at this point. But I gotta Dorian Broggie still can't tell you apart. But oh my god,
cannot believe they looked so good. in this chapter, or
amazing,
episode.
amazing. They looked. I'm like, if they look this good, I cannot. And there might be some anime onlys watching this. I cannot wait for some giant matchups that we see in the next arc. You know, so
Same. When we hit Elbap, how will they perform?
I think that'll be great. After seeing this, I have so much faith in Toei. So much faith that they're going to deliver. Shout out to Vincent again. Shout out to all the animators that were on this episode. I think they did an amazing job. It's hard typically to generally to rank episodes like this or episodes in general from what we've seen before. But if we had to give it a shot, what are we looking at here? Top 25 all time?
Like, out of all episodes?
All One Piece episodes.
I'd say it's top 10-ish.
Here's what I'll say, and this is not an exaggeration. This, I want to say the last 12 minutes of this episode was better than the entirety of Film Red. I'm not joking, guys.
I don't know about
this
that.
last 12
I don't
minutes,
know about that.
better
Okay, that's a
than
little
the
bit
entirety
insane.
of Film Red, boys. What are we saying?
We're comparing very different things here. You know, there's fights going on. You know, Film had to tell a whole story. Now you're just slandering the film for no reason. Poor Uta, man.
No.
I hope the
Screw
next
that
One
film.
Piece movie is an Uta comeback called
No, please God.
Film Red, Ultra Red.
Film
And it's
Red
just more
squared.
singing. Oh, wait. How about this? No Uta, but the Straw Hats all sing like a musical.
Hell no.
What are you talking about? That's where we're going, man. You know, Bink Sake. We're over here singing the Joy Boy music. The drums.
Okay.
The drums of liberation. You love the drums of liberation. Dun 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 dun. Let's add some lyrics to that.
This was an amazing finale, an amazing end, including the Rob Lucci versus Zoro fight. I would say this ending, like if this was the ending to Film Red, if they did a semblance of this, but this was
we got it.
Shanks versus Kizaru or like something like that, Film Red would have been, it'll be received much better. I would say like in the moment, Film Red, when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is fun. This is cool. I enjoyed the singing, but like very disappointed with the ending. And I think the growing sentiment as time has passed, people are like, film mid. That's all it was. They tricked us. We were tricked. We were fooled.
Hey.
Bamboozled.
Just wait, man. You know they're gonna double dip into Film Red greatness because it's in the top 8 highest grossing anime films of all time. They're gonna look at that and then they're gonna look at all the other One Piece films and say, well, you know, people, they like Strong World, but not that much. They also liked Film Gold, but not that much. They really just loved Red though. Like not even Stampede got close to these numbers. They're going to look at that and they're going to say, you know what? Film Red is what worked. We're going to double dip. Luffy, sing the song, monkey boy. And then he's going to
worked because
he's going to start going crazy.
We were tricked. All right? It was Film Red. Duh. And we thought, oh my God, Shanks lore. Shanks is going to go crazy. He did not. He did not go crazy in this film.
Hey, canon material though. Griffin. That's what we all wanted.
Guys, amazing episode.
Hey, they at least dropped the Garland thing there, right? That was huge.
That was amazing. That was intense.
The Garland reveal, my God. We now know that Shanks is a Celestial. That confirmed it.
At some point we'll do so, like, because I haven't even watched all the One Piece films, so we got to watch all the One Piece films. And then we'll do a tier list of the One Piece films. And I have a strong feeling Film Red is going to be around D.
For me, it's going to be S. Just know that, guys. Just know that.
Crazy.
I will be the Film Red defender. Hey, I admit it. I think the fights are ass. Don't get me wrong. I do not like Top Musica. Uta wasn't a fight. Kizaru versus Shanks was awful. I'm there for the plot, though, you know? Like, you guys... Can tell. You know, typical One Piece fan, you just want the big flashing lights and the clashes, huh?
You can tell this means something to me because I love Katakuri, as you all know, and I still think this film was mid.
Your boy was in there. No, he got a great scene. He was working with your other boy Shanks.
They tried to play him though. Tried to play him a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
It was like, you think you could?
They did not care about him at all.
They did not.
I don't know why they brought Katakuri in there.
Because views, numbers.
Yeah.
This is bring back some popular characters that people like.
Bring in Kobe, bring in Law for some reason. And then the Blue Note fans all went wild too.
That was fun. That was actually fun seeing Blue
Note.
Yeah.
Blue Note was so like annoyed the entire time too. He said, "Yo, like stop using my powers, guys. Come on."
He's like, I don't.
Pirates, Marines, sword, Cypher Pole.
Well, it's cool seeing Blue Note though, because I always liked his Devil Fruit. I think
you just need to watch the movie a couple more times. I'm on my 4th rewatch already, so you need to catch up.
I'm gonna do a rewatch of all the One Piece movies, or watch and rewatch of all the One Piece movies. I'm not looking forward to it. I'll say that, but we'll see how it goes. But I'd say amazing episode of One Piece. Shout out to Vincent. Shout out to all the animators. Absolutely
amazing
cooked.
Job out there.
You know the crazy part about this, and what I think what's annoying is that we would get episodes like this, and then next week, episodes probably all right. Oh, Toei! How can this is why I hate Toei as a studio. One Piece, we need a wit remake.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I just wish Toei took more breaks. To where, their quality would always be consistently good and people wouldn't complain as much.
Even complain when they take breaks.
I think they complain on the breaks because it's so, out of nowhere. Like, we're gonna get a break, not next week, but the week after. So another break is coming up. Yeah.
I think it's. I feel like in general for One Piece fans is like, what have you done for me lately? And I feel like Toei, no matter what Toei does, even if they present like a movie-esque episode like this, it's like, oh, this is great. But as soon as they, drop something that's okay for like an okay moment in the story, people are like,
dude,
Toei sucks.
Yeah, people think Toei sucks. They're gonna think I suck even harder because, brother, if I was running the One Piece anime, I'd be like, yo, like let's not air this weekly, man. We're wasting money. Make this a movie. You'd get like Egghead the movie 1, 2, and 3, and it's just telling canon material, but you have to pay money for it. Like, after seeing the success of like Demon Slayer, right? Like, that just animates, or I guess made an arc of like a 3-part movie. It's like, damn, brother, like they raked in how much money? Yeah, I'm surprised Toei isn't milking it.
But what I do, like new dentists, what they do is like they offer like free procedures and things like that. So just like they can experiment on you. I do that with like new animators for like some of the like the small episodes, Like, hey, you want to intern here? You want to get your shot with Toei? Come on and let's see how you are. You're not getting paid though. And just do those guys smart. Like for like those smaller, episodes. And then when it's time for the big stuff, we bring in the big guns, or have the big guns working on stuff for the future. And then like those, like, of course you need like some veteran presence, for like some of those episodes, but like the big guys, yeah, you guys work on the big stuff, to kind of to have those episodes. And I think that's what they've been doing generally. For the most part, when we expected something to be good, it's been great. There've been small moments where like we're like, oh, we thought this would be, and it's like, But I guess for them, when they're looking forward to the material, they're like, okay, we don't have to put as many resources into it. This is not as important, right? Like, we don't have to animate Vegapunk talking about what's going to happen to the world. That doesn't have to be spectacular, right? So we can take a break until the next major thing, which I'm trying to think of the next major thing. Of course, we get some like some more Luffy stuff that happens in the arc, for sure. But like, what's the next major thing that they have to animate? Generally, I'm thinking. I really can't.
The end of Egghead, maybe.
I know what it is.
Yeah, the fight. Quote fight. They could like extend it a little bit. I will say,
I think one of the smaller extend the knot point.
One of the smaller details in this episode that I really enjoyed is how in the manga you could barely tell what numbers the Gorosei were, but here in the anime they kind of put more emphasis on it.
Yeah, they let you know.
Yeah, they let you know.
Yeah, they really let you know that, which they're probably going to highlight it in the future in the anime as well. Listen, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I watched it 3 times already.
The episode?
The episode.
Like the whole thing? Or just like the Zoro and Lucci portion?
The whole thing.
Oh.
The whole thing. Because I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the summoning part of it. It's so ominous. And then there's Zoro going crazy. I feel like the entire episode was just like amazing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The entire thing. Like for different reasons. And of course, Rob Lucci versus Zoro.
Dude, the Zoro like going through the fire tunnel cloud thing. Rob Lucci spinning in like a leopard, just a giant leopard comes out. The Madara spots.
It seems like they're running on clouds.
Yeah.
Right?
It's good stuff, man.
It's really good stuff. I'm happy as a One Piece fan that I have moments like this that I can like, yo, look at this. We're like amazing animated moments that no context is needed. It's just fire. It's just heat. Where typically for One Piece fights before, be like, well, okay, here's what you need to know about Luffy versus Rob Lucci before I show this to you, all right?
Dude.
This is why this is important. We don't have to do that anymore.
And now, when we look at clashes in the future of the manga, it's like, we don't have to complain as much because that Toei's going to show out for it, right? Like, that's how it is. And I kind of wish they did this for, because like we said, Zoro versus Lucci in the manga, not a lot of screen time, just here or there clash, but Toei extended it. I really wish they gave the same treatment to you know what I'm gonna bring up, Kaido and Moria, because they had like a panel clash in the manga, and the anime didn't extend on that. Like we could have had like a 5-minute segment of Moria versus Kaido, but they didn't do that. Like if we got another clash of of Moria and Kaido again, maybe they will like give us this level of animation.
I think the anime now has a responsibility, and Kaido and Moria is a crazy pull. But I do think that they have a responsibility to extend these scenes. I actually think it helps them more than it hurts them by extending some of these scenes. If you can extend Rob Lucci versus Zoro this much, I mean, you should have extended Whitebeard versus Roger, right? That should have been extended for at least a minute or two, because you had all the Whitebeard pirates were there. You could show nobodies that we don't care about that can give you an extra 30 seconds, right, of runtime. I get it. It's not just on Toei. I'm sure it's some approval needed as far as like, hey, how do you feel about this? But I think generally, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue with extending these fights or clashes that we see in the manga that we know go on for days, but we don't see it? What's the problem giving us like half an episode of Roger versus Whitebeard, right? We got a loading screen of Odin versus Copper. And, we have an idea of what some of these characters can do. That should have been a movie. That should have been an absolute movie, but I get it.
They can milk it, man. Like, One Piece is such a great IP. They can milk it and people will buy it. We'd buy it. But they're just not milking, brother. They got the cows in the barn, but they locked the doors.
I don't get it, because then they spend like moments or time on moments. I'm like, why are we spending so much time on this?
I'm not hating, but like the doll scene, right? We looked at the doll scene, like, man, they kind of went all out on this.
What the
I'm
hell?
not complaining,
Why?
but it was good stuff. But like, they didn't have to do that. It's cool.
We're like, I think it was like an animator was like, watch this.
Yeah, look at what I can do, boys.
Look at it's like a little flex,
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was, which I'm not mad at, but it's just like, okay. Yeah, though, great episode. Can't wait for the next amazing episode of One Piece. I don't know when that's gonna be. I want to think when Mr. Meth shows up and destroys everything.
Mr. Meth.
That's all I'm gonna say for the people that the anime only. Mr. Meth.
Yeah, he's gonna come out and shoot his rope.
Yeah, and that's probably the scene where they're gonna probably do a lot there. But yeah, great episode. Any final thoughts,
Hey, we have Rob Lucci to thank for this episode. If he wasn't here, if he was any weaker than he was, Zoro just would have one-tapped him earlier, and we would have not gotten this amazing ass fight. And I think that's true for most villains, right? If Kaido was a weakling, we wouldn't get the amazing Onigashima fight.
I agree.
I think that's how I view villains, man. If villains were ass, then we're not going to get
we get ass.
Good fights. We get ass.
Yeah. Shout out to Rob Lucci.
Shout out to Rob Lucci.
Rob Lucci for the
fodder,
longest.
But not fodder.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say it's Zoro, but Zoro, at this point, I have no idea how strong Zoro is. But hey, this
rumor
is
has it that Zoro can beat Luffy.
Is that a rumor or a fact?
I think it's just a rumor.
I
think it's just a rumor.
I'm joking. I am joking.
Whoa, Brago, you think Zoro beats Gear 5th? You said that. You did say that cut attacks do extra damage against Luffy too.
I wouldn't say extra. It's more effective.
Yeah, more effective.
Yeah. Right. If there's a way you want to defeat Luffy,
slash.
A swordsman would probably be the best route.
Yeah.
I don't think Zoro's stronger than Gear 5. I don't.
Yeah. If you want to beat Luffy, I mean, just hold his friends hostage.
That might make him more mad.
Yeah, but like if you have like Usopp, Nami, and Chopper like all tied up, and then Luffy tries to do something, like you instantly shoot Nami, like I don't think he'd want to push his luck and get Usopp and Chopper killed.
I think because of what Gear 5 can do, I can see Luffy like flipping like the world on its head, where you have no idea what's going on, and it's just like he makes it so that like it's opposite day or some shit. when you shoot a bullet, it goes backwards.
But what if you have like Conqueror's Hockey and you negate that?
Can't negate Gear 5, brother. It's inevitable.
What if you're Blackbeard? You negate that.
Sorry, Mr. Davy. Let's cut that out. Hey, let's cut that out. That's a huge spoiler. That's a huge spoiler.
Oops. That's so good.
Can you imagine
my God.
anime only like, what?
Huh? What do you say?
Fuck. Mr. What?
What's
Anyway, like the video, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll get you guys in the next one.
Peace out, guys.
Ciao.